Imagine waking up in Europe in the year 1914. The streets are crowded with people. Steam trains rush across the continent. Giant factories work day and night. Science and technology are changing the world faster than ever before. To most people, the future looks bright. But behind this peaceful picture, Europe is hiding a dangerous secret. A storm is coming, a storm that will soon become the First World War. The story of World War I did not begin with a single bullet. It began many years earlier. In 1871, after defeating France in the Franco-Prussian War, Germany became a united nation. Before that, Germany had been divided into many small states. Now, under the leadership of Otto von Bismarck, it became one of the strongest countries in Europe. Germany's economy grew rapidly. Huge factories produced steel, weapons, and machinery. Railways connected cities across the country, making transportation faster than ever before. Within a few decades, Germany had become an industrial giant. But France never forgot its defeat. The French people had lost the regions of Alsace and Lorraine to Germany. Losing these lands was not only a military defeat, it was also a national humiliation. Many French citizens dreamed of taking them back one day. As Germany grew stronger, another superpower watched carefully: Great Britain. At that time, Britain controlled the largest empire in the world. Its colonies stretched across Asia, Africa, and many other parts of the globe. The British Navy ruled the seas, protecting trade routes and the empire itself. However, Germany wanted more power. Emperor Kaiser Wilhelm II believed Germany deserved a place among the world's greatest empires. He ordered the construction of a massive navy to challenge Britain's dominance. Britain immediately responded by building even larger and more powerful battleships. This competition became known as the naval arms race. Neither country wanted to fall behind. Across Europe, fear slowly replaced trust. Governments increased military spending every year. New rifles, machine guns, heavy artillery, and powerful warships were produced in huge numbers. Military officers believed that if war ever came, it would be quick and glorious. They had no idea how wrong they were. By the beginning of the 20th century, Europe had become a continent filled with suspicion. Every country feared its neighbors. Every leader wanted a stronger army. Every government prepared for the worst. The world looked peaceful, but underneath that peace, Europe had become a ticking time bomb. It only needed one spark to explode. By the beginning of the 20th century, Europe had become a continent divided by fear. Every major power believed that war was possible, and they wanted to be ready before it happened. One of the biggest reasons for this growing tension was militarism. Countries across Europe began spending enormous amounts of money on their armed forces. Germany expanded its already powerful army. Britain strengthened the Royal Navy, determined to remain the ruler of the seas. France increased military service so more young men could join the army. Russia also modernized its military after previous defeats. The message was clear: if war came, every nation wanted to be stronger than its enemies. But military power alone was not enough. European leaders also began creating alliances. These alliances were supposed to protect countries from attack. Instead, they made Europe even more dangerous. In 1882, Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy formed the Triple Alliance. In response, Britain, France, and Russia later formed the Triple Entente. Now Europe was divided into two powerful camps. At first, these alliances looked like a way to keep peace. But there was a hidden danger. If one country entered a war, its allies would also be forced to fight. A small regional conflict could suddenly become a continental war. At the same time, another fierce competition was taking place across the world. European empires wanted more colonies. Britain controlled vast territories across Africa and Asia. France also owned large colonial lands. Germany, however, wanted a bigger empire. This rivalry for colonies increased distrust between the great powers. Every nation believed that becoming stronger meant becoming safer. But in reality, they were making war more likely. By 1914, Europe had become an armed camp. Millions of soldiers stood ready. Factories produced endless weapons. Warships filled the oceans. Railways were designed to move troops as quickly as possible. The peace that people enjoyed was only an illusion. Behind the scenes, military plans had already been prepared. Generals believed that if war started, it would end within a few months. No one imagined that the coming conflict would last for more than 4 years and cost millions of lives. Europe had become like a giant powder keg. Every new political crisis added more fuel. Every new alliance increased the risk. Every new weapon made the future even darker. The continent needed only one spark, and that spark would soon appear in a city called Sarajevo. By the summer of 1914, Europe had become a continent waiting for disaster. The great powers had built enormous armies. Powerful alliances divided the continent into two rival camps. Every nation believed it was prepared for war, but no one truly understood the consequences. Then, on June 28, 1914, history took a dramatic turn. Archduke Franz Ferdinand, the heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, traveled to Sarajevo, the capital of Bosnia. His visit was meant to demonstrate the strength of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. However, not everyone welcomed him. A group of Serbian nationalists, known as the Black Hand, had planned to assassinate the Archduke. Among them was a 19-year-old student named Gavrilo Princip. Earlier that day, one assassination attempt had already failed. Many believed the danger had passed, but fate had other plans. As the Archduke's motorcade drove through Sarajevo, the driver accidentally made a wrong turn. The car stopped just a few meters away from Gavrilo Princip. It was the opportunity he had been waiting for. Princip stepped forward, raised his pistol, and fired 2 shots. Within minutes, Archduke Franz Ferdinand and his wife, Duchess Sophie, were dead. The news spread across Europe at incredible speed. Austria-Hungary blamed Serbia for the assassination and demanded harsh punishment. When Serbia failed to accept every demand, Austria-Hungary declared war on July 28, 1914. But this was no ordinary conflict. Because of Europe's alliance system, one declaration of war triggered another. Germany supported Austria-Hungary. Russia mobilized to defend Serbia. Germany declared war on Russia. Then Germany declared war on France. When German forces invaded Belgium, Britain entered the war. Within only a few days, Europe had exploded into the largest war the world had ever seen. Millions of young soldiers marched toward the front lines. Most believed they would return home by Christmas. Instead, they entered a brutal conflict that would last more than 4 years. The First World War would claim the lives of approximately 16 million people and change the political map of the world forever. The assassination in Sarajevo did not create all the problems that led to the war. Those problems had been growing for decades through militarism, imperialism, nationalism, and secret alliances. But the shots fired by Gavrilo Princip became the spark that ignited an already explosive Europe. This marks the end of Episode 1. The World Before the War. In Episode 2, we'll explore how Europe descended into total war and why millions of soldiers became trapped in the deadly trenches of the Western Front.